Oh, upside down. All right, that way. There we go. I don't know, August 13, 14, 15, August 16th. Now, since all last summer and this year, we have two AC units. One for the pilot house and the forward cabin, and the other for the salon and everything else that's left. The secondary cabin, and no, actually not secondary, but the salon and whatever's left over. Anyways, the secondary, or the second AC unit has been pretty good. Never had an issue. Blows nice, cold, and I would say, quote, fresh air. The bedroom unit though, no, not so. It's, there's been a funky smell. I didn't know if it was me. I hit it with Lysol, it goes away, it comes back, and Colleen's back in Chicago. So, and it's actually very mild. So I said, well, I'm going to get under here and try to figure out. Now, the unit is, we're in the pilot house, if you haven't checked that out. We're in the pilot house, and the unit is right in there. And it blows out through here, and then there's ductwork that takes it down right here into the bedroom and everything below. Long story short, when I had COVID, I lost my smell and taste, and I've since then, and this has been quite a few months ago now, have this reoccurring funky, smellish, tastish sensation of funky mustiness. And I did some research, and yes, it is a potential lingering effect. And they said, don't worry about it. It's your nerves that are healing, for lack of a better term. So, okay, that's cool. Enough of that, though. So I kind of wrote it off, and then Colleen was leaving, and I said, well, I'm going to get under here and figure out what's going on, if there is anything going on. And guess what? There is something going on. The unit runs fine. It blows cold air. It turns on, off just fine. But I started tearing it apart. So you get down here on my knee pads. And as you can see, I've taken the ductwork. Now this one here takes into the main salon down below. And then here there are two, there's a Y which takes it up into up here. One's right, get my finger, there we go. One's there and the other one's right there, somewhere hiding behind something. So I started taking apart, and this is the, I guess the Y or the diverter, whatever you want to call it. And I started taking things apart, and I'm looking inside and I'm going, oh, this needs to be cleaned. And as you can see, this is the diverter. Here is a damper of some kind, and it is pretty funky. These are the small vents that take it up. Sorry about that. And as you can see, there's something growing in there. And it's been growing in there for a long, long time. It's the same thing with that one, and it's the same thing with the big one. So needless to say, I'm going to tear all that out and go pay a visit to Home Depot or Lowe's or someplace and get some new ductwork. Another thing which I found very interesting, I'm going to get in here, found a secondary new cave, man cave. That's the man cave there, but I found another one. I can actually sit in here. The condenser, I guess is what it's called. There is caked on stuff. And how long it's been caked on, I have no idea. Now, I'm going to try to lightly brush it off. I hate to put anything on there, spray, because what I'm afraid to do is that it'll turn into a paste and then concrete, and then it'll never work. I'm going to research that to figure out what I can do, but certainly I'm going to brush it out. But let's look inside the fan motor. Here's the fan motor. And if we can get up here without killing myself, and hopefully, sorry about that. I turned it off. Still trying to get used to this new phone. Anyways, find my light. I'll splice these together and it'll look like it was totally meant to happen that way. Nice light here, and as you look inside there, my God, look on the hamster wheel. Well, first of all, we got a little critter right here. And I don't know if that's a ladybug or a beetle. It could be one of the same. But look at all of the shit that's in there. My God, the wheel's crusted. So I don't know. I hate to tear this dang fan motor out and clean it. I'm going to see what I can do about cleaning it inside. You know, get in there, take this little housing off, this white housing off. Get my finger out of the way. Sorry about that. Get this hard to do with one hand and one hand on the light. Take this white housing off. Maybe get a little more access, because I really don't want to start screwing around with the power or anything else. But I'm going to get in there with a brush and a shop vac and see if I can just scrub the hell out of it. And then if I get it, and yeah, I know, I did it again. Sorry, my fingers are all over the place. Even the condensation pan is growing some kind of alien virus. So I'll take off whatever I can without getting well beyond my abilities, and it's more physical than mechanical, because it is a little tight in here. But I'm going to clean this all out and then replace everything, clean it up. The AC pressure seems to be just peachy keen, so I'm not worried about that. But I really got to get this thing cleaned out. Looking over here, more growth of some kind down in there. It's all black mold. Maybe that's why I've been feeling like shit for the last couple of months, until I get outside for a while. Anyway, just to say, I'm gonna have some fun, and I will check back with you when I find out what else kind of alien growth or life is growing in here. Anyways, more to come. Okay, quickie update. Gotta make it quick because I probably have a copyright violation, because I've got Carlos Santana and Abraxas. Anyways, pull all the plumbing out. I'm not gonna pull the motor. Oh, excuse me, that'll kill me. All the veins on this condenser, it looked like someone took a football to it. So as you can see, I took my handy dandy little snap-on screwdriver and put them all back together. Well, actually just flatten them out. I'm going to use the soft brush, vacuum it, and I'm going to hit it with some soapy water a couple of times and hopefully clean it out. Anyways, I think I'm about time with the YouTube police are going to get me for copyright violation, so I'm going to leave it at this moment. Okay, another update. Went in there, corrected all the veins, and got those straightened out. Used some Lysol, heavy duty stuff that we used to use, my mother used to use in the diaper bin to kill all the critters that were growing in there. These are some of the ductwork, just so you have a better idea. As you can see in there, well, there's some kind of awful something growing. And then here we go. More awful grittiness and more awful grittiness. And these are a couple, hard to see, sorry, a couple of the vents, and they're looking pretty funky too. I don't know. I might wash the vents out just once, just to see if I can clean them up, but we'll see. Anyway, so another update. A little while I'm going to go in and I'll flush all that out of there, see if I can clean it up, and then we will maybe put it back together today. We'll see. More to come. Okay, this is the second AC unit, and this one controls primarily the salon area, which is all this in here. This one is really kind of secluded. It's under the day seat, I guess is what they call it. Right here, it doesn't really, here's the one of the access points. It really doesn't have a lot of, shall we say, access to, grungy, whatever, air flow and whatnot. So it's not like hiding under there where the other one was. This one actually has a lot of air circulation and flow naturally. Now I did do a quickie vacuum, and as you can see, it is very well self-contained, nice closed in. It looks very clean. I am going to remove some of the connections just temporarily. I might just wipe down on the inside with a rag. I'm not going to take it out and spray it. I do want to get down into the condensation pan, put a little bit of bleachy water in there or something, make sure it's flowing nice, just kill any potential bugs that are in there. There's a couple of extra filters I see that I'm going to dig out. There's one, I'm going to take those out and I'm going to spray them down real good. But generally speaking, this one is not bad. The other one took about 12 hours, and I'm still not done because I got to go out and buy a hose because it was pretty well corroded, but no big deal. But it only took about, like I said, about 10 hours because I was pretty much sitting in it, a little covered in there, all contorted. But it's done, it's clean, it's blowing nice and cold, it does not smell, so I'm happy about that. Anyways, this is how it looks, nice compacted, and I'll be back as soon as I get more information. Quickie update. I did pull this one hose that goes into here, and as you can see, hopefully you can see, it doesn't look bad. There's no green alien mold growing in it. I did a quick vacuum to get rid of some chunks of dust and whatnot, but I'm going to go ahead and get this one, and I think there's another one hiding somewhere. Maybe it's only the two. I could be wrong. But I'm going to get those, vacuum them out, and do a quick wipe in, put them all back together, clean the rest of the vents, and I should be good. Okay, another quickie update. Took out the main one. That's one I just looked at, looked clean. I washed it off quickly, and as you can see in here, we do have some form. It's kind of hard to see it because of the silver and the shadows, but yes, there is some form of alien moss or God knows what growing in there. So, it's no big deal. This vent is extremely small. 2 more screws, pop it off, take it out, spray it down, put it back. Anyways, more to come. We'll show you what else when I pull it apart, see if anything else fun comes up. Oh, okay, I guess we're on. Okay, next update. Pulled all the ductwork off, and it's not bad. As you can see here, this on the one down there, these are all corroded with alien growth. These look very good. I really don't see any other significant issues. The veins on the condenser are unbelievably straight. Took an hour, almost an hour and a half to straighten the ones on the other one with my handy dandy little snap-on screwdriver, but straighten them all out. So those had to be fixed. But it doesn't look bad. The squirrel wheel, yeah, it's got some built-up crud. Whoop, hello, it has some built-up crud. So I'll go through and I'll clean each one of those off with a probably the little handy dandy snap-on screwdriver, scrape all those off, and then vacuum it out. Originally I thought maybe I'd just go ahead and pull all this cover off and everything, take the wheel out, clean it down, spray it down, and then I said, no. It looks like a lot more work than I want to have to get myself into. Way down at the bottom you can see a little shininess from the condensation pan. Again, it's got some kind of a growth in it. Could be just dirt, hard to tell. But what I'm going to do is just, like I said earlier, scrape off what I can, and then put a bleaching water solution, make sure that the drain hoses are working, and that should take care of that. Otherwise, that's it. More to come. Okay, another update. After using my handy dandy little snap-on tool, probably one of the best things you can get, I was able to clean out fairly well. I don't know if I can zoom in. Oh yeah, it's not the greatest. What I don't want to do, you know, they're not bad. There's a couple of them, but like right here, probably could have been done a little bit better. Actually, that'll probably look like it just dust. I hit it with a vacuum again. But you really gotta get those off. These are all pretty well filled and cake over time. You get dust in there and then you get moisture, and it's like these are just not pulling anything. Plus all the good stuff that might be harboring in those that you don't really want to start inhaling. But I got down as far as I could in the box, cleaned it out. Otherwise, like I said, the veins look good. I'm happy with it. Took everything out, sprayed it down. I'm gonna wipe this down here as well as in here, and we should be good to go. More to come once we get it run. Okay, last video on the air conditioning ductwork. down in the main bedroom. Had to replace this one because it was all corroded on the inside and ripping. This is the original, and it actually turned out to be pretty good. Let's see if we can get a better view this way. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. So I was able to reuse that. I just cleaned it up real well. Now I actually had to go up and get some duct or flexible ductwork, if you want to call it that. And Home Depot didn't have it. What they had was the metal version they use for hot water tanks and all that good stuff. Well, the only problem with that is it would work, it could be pliable, but as soon as it got cold in a humid area like a boat, it would start dripping. So have condensation, so that wasn't going to work. So I went to Wolf Marine in Benton Harbor, which is probably the number one place. If you need something, they probably have it. And I knew they had it, so I picked it up, brought it home, opened it up, and realized, boy, this stuff is really, really thin. It's nothing like this. You know, this stuff here is nice and tight, so it's really, really thin. So what I had to do, and I figured, all right, and I could put it up there, but the first time anything slid and banged it or rip it, tear it. So I bought cheap duct tape, wrapped it all around. We'll see if that does anything, but it's a lot firmer now. Put on new clamps. The junction box is good. Cleaned it out, disinfected, all the good stuff. A little disappointed here at this end because this goes through about 5 inches of wall, and the vent cap on the other end only has about that much. Yeah, there we go. That much that sticks in the wall, and then there's a big gap. So I hope I didn't tear anything. When I put it through, it seemed to go in pretty well. I probably should have put the duct tape on first, which I didn't do, but that's all right. It feels getting nice and cool, so that's good news. Anyways, so this is it. We should be good to go. Both AC units have been cleaned, disinfected, vacuumed, and whatever else we're supposed to do with them. So we should be good with those for a while. Anyways, enough of that. I'm not sure what the next one is, but we'll come up with something down the road. That's it for now. Okay, one last update on the HVAC system. If you remember correctly, or if you remember at all, this was all empty, and I was in there working on the forward AC system. This is the one that took forever. I had to tear it all down into the bedroom area and everything, pull them all out and replace and repair and clean and get rid of all that alien mold. However, I did notice it looks kind of bright in here now, which is rather interesting, but I'm going to try to close it up. But normally this is what, at best, this is what it looks like. It's pretty dark. And I've always, I'm just going to problems, trying to figure out where am I going to find my tools. Now, each one of these boxes have certain types of tools. Those are vests in the back, but that's fine. But these are tools. And everything's in fairly good order. But it gets difficult sometimes when you can't see. So what I did was I went to Wolf's Marine Supply, one of the local little cheapo places. Well, not cheap, but they're huge. They got stuff they don't remember they have, and usually find some good deals. And for about 10 bucks, I picked up, voila, a light which I tapped into one of the spare breakers on the panel, and I now can find everything perfectly. Marvelous. Not bad for about 10 bucks. And when that battery blows out, I've got a gazillion types of LED, and I can use those. So anyways, happy about that. So that should wrap up the HVAC system. I do hope. Everything's working fine. Everything's looking good. I can't complain. I've been feeling better each morning now that it appears to be that the alien mold has now been destroyed, and good to go. Moving on tomorrow. Well, not for you, but next thing will be the sump pump for the shower. I'm sure it's got an alien mold of some kind growing in it, but I'm going to be tackling that. Colleen's going to Chicago for the day, so I'm going to be tackling that, and I will have more fun stuff for you to see. Anyways, enough for now. Talk to you later.